Alright everyone, welcome to the game. This is going to be some Diamond 1 solo queue. I have given our teams some obligatory names. It will be the battle of the streaming services on the blue team, Twitch, and on the red team, Hitbox. And if we can introduce some of these players, it will be Enmadeo playing that AD carry, supported by Directars, who did forget his trinket. He will recall and buy that up. Playing for Twitch in the jungle, Harry Abs, with just a little bit too much information, but I don't mind, RichERich will be in the mid lane as Yasuo, and his sworn enemy Riven up top, RichERich. He is also the top laner for Cognitive Gaming, who we did see do particularly well this last week in the North American Challenger Series, and we'll see how well they continue to do as they go to take on Determined Gaming next week. Over on our red team, Hitbox, the newbies, the challengers, the underdogs. See how well they can do with Luke in the jungle, and his bottom lane, Diamond 1 Dan, supporting Onamenga. And actually, I was wrong. Luke will be that mid lane Lee Sin, of course, because in the jungle it is G-Man Lynx on Fiddlesticks. And finally, in the top lane, Tigto. So, looking at some of these lanes, it's interesting to see a Lee Sin up against a Yasuo. Not a matchup I've seen very much, just because we don't typically see Lee Sin away from that jungle. And when we do, it's usually in the top lane. I feel like Yasuo would be a pretty good matchup, though. We get to see a lot of skill coming back and forth, since Yasuo can potentially dodge around a lot of Lee Sin's attacks with that Blade Surge, as well as having that shielded trade. But look at the damage coming out from Luke there with the Sonic Wave and Resonating Strike, and that was a nice amount of harass. Typically, if Lee Sin can land the Sonic Wave, he can win out on a trade, but if he doesn't, then he loses. And RichERich has the Wind Wall, or will have it eventually, to be able to block that Sonic Wave, so we'll see how well he can use that. In the bottom lane, we don't see too much Janna recently, but we also don't see a whole lot of support Malphite. Directars will do his best to harass there. He is rather mana intensive though, so we'll see how long he can throw out those slows. They do have a really solid level 6 burst here with the Unstoppable Force coming out from Malphite, followed up by the Culling and the immense burst from Enmadeo playing Lucian there. However, Diamond 1 Dan is on a rather disengaged heavy champion, Janna being able to not only knock up your opponents, but to push them back and get that Malphite out of there after he has knocked up your team. Finally, in the top lane, Tigto is actually going to play pretty aggressively on the RichERich, jumping in and out of those brushes to try and harass as much as he can. Riven going to look to trade there, does have the Valor, doesn't have a stun yet. In the middle lane, I will rewind just a little bit to see exactly what happened there. And that is Luke looking to go on to RichERich. He lands a Sonic Wave, goes with the Resonating Strike, flashes in for the Ignite, but RichERich turns it back around, and the number of turret shots coming through are enormous. Luke taking so much damage there, does eventually fall. But they trade 1 for 1, and that is Luke grabbing up the first blood. And the top lane, Tigto's going rather aggressively onto RichERich. He does have Harry Abs coming up, which is a weird thing to say, as G-Man Lynx looks to farm, going for that level 6 first before he really goes in the lanes to gank. Onamenga really falling low down here, has to be careful about Directars. He has already burned his exhaust, but Onamenga is still so low on health that he really can't stick around for too long. And Medeo really going to get a strong spot here in the bottom lane. Lucian with that Piercing Light can do so much damage early on, and he's certainly showing the strength of that champion here, giving Twitch a nice advantage there in the bottom lane. If we look at the farm coming around the map, it's actually pretty even. Fiddlesticks here for Hitbox actually doing a very good job, though, just continuously clearing out those camps, looking for the level 6. RichERich just dodging back and forth. These are two incredibly mobile champions, so the fights will be interesting. Now G-Man Lynx moving in towards the bottom lane. He's going to look to see if he can find a Silence or a Fear. There is the nice balloon animal, but he can't quite connect enough, so he will fall back. Was on top of a ward there, but Onamenga is continuing to struggle down there in the bottom lane, not having much health to his name at all. RichERich and Luke, with a bit of a gentleman's agreement, have now jumped in to fight a bit, but will back off immediately after. That ward there does spot out Harry Abs. He's now going up to the top, but they know that he is coming. Onamenga low, but it looks like he won't fall quite yet. So we can turn our attention up here to Tigto. There's Harry Abs coming in from the back. RichERich, oh, he used his jump to get farther away from the turret. Now Tigto can flash. RichERich is going to be able to get in there for the knockup, and Harry Abs grabs it with the Taste Their Fear. I was impressed by the mobility from Riven there. I didn't think he would get in there in range. G-Man Lynx just trying to hold this lane. Onamenga really needs to go back. I think they're afraid of losing too much turret damage, which is something that Lucian excels at early on. Onamenga will get a bit of health back using that Doran's Blade, grabbing 3 health per auto attack. Now Luke and Echizen dealing up quite a bit there. The Wind Wall is able to deflect a lot of the minion attacks, but doesn't deflect anything else besides Luke's Sonic Wave, which he didn't manage to throw into that. Onamenga finally backs off as Diamond 1 Dan is left to defend this bottom lane. Janna has really good turret defense, but not without any mana. Throws out the knock-up to bring the minions just a little bit lower, but it looks like this turret could take some damage soon. And Medeo will recall here, has a good amount of gold, entire 50% farm advantage. And with 1100, looks to probably pick up Boots and Vampiric Scepter. No, actually goes for the Longsword Ruby Crystal. So he is opting for that Trinity Force build first, grabbing up his Phage for the first item. Look at the Longswords here on the blue team. That is really an AD heavy team, and we might see some armor stacking coming out from Hitbox as Twitch gets farther into the game. Oh, in the mid lane. I apparently am going to miss every mid lane fight, as I was just discussing the builds here. Echizen gets dived here under the turret. Luke takes a lot of damage, but Harry Abs is there from the back. Luke's falls so low here. G-Man Lynx does as well, but the flash in is able to find 1 and 2 kills with the Blade Surge. Echizen on fire here, picking up his 3rd kill of the match. And that was just such an unfortunate dive there. G-Man Lynx and Luke getting way too close. Harry Abs, the right place at the right time. Really, you know, Harry Abs' placement is always what's important, but Tigto goes in hard on the Harry Abs. There's the ultimate coming out from Echizen, which will save him for now. Tigto is ignited. Echizen going to be able to grab out the kill. And Tigto going in a little bit too aggressively. I thought he was going to be able to finish off Harry Abs, but it appears that Harry Abs can be controlled by no man or cat. Onamenga finally putting down some harass with the zap, with the range, and Medeo not quite getting the better end of this. Actually exhausted up will be a bit of a wasted summon there from Janna, since the exhaust is now used there on Onamenga, who tries to flash away. A good knock up there, but the flash from Medeo able to find the kill there with the piercing light. Gunslinger combo. Diamond 1 Dan trying to fall off the back here will survive, but did lose his 80 carry in the meantime. Draktarz is actually doing a very good job as support here. He's playing aggressively forward. He's constantly throwing out the slows, and he used that exhaust to great effect there. He will have his Unstoppable Force, of course, soon enough, which does make him such a strong champion. RichERich trading on the Tigto up in the top lane, and with the Wind Slash able to grab the kill. I didn't think he'd be able to do quite that much damage, but the Ignite Wind Slash is such a great finisher. It nets him his first kill in the top lane, his 2nd time taking down Tigto. And a really huge early advantage here to Twitch. You know, it is Hitbox who has a little bit of a harder time getting off the ground, but maybe they can come back. They are a little bit newer. Ooh, G-Man Lynx just waiting off the side here, trying to find an opportunity to potentially flash. Or he doesn't have his flash, he would just have to ult in, which doesn't have that much range. He wants to find an opportunity to ult in here. Echizen could be caught out a bit here. There is the ultimate coming from Fiddle, but he's not going to be anywhere near close enough. Echizen's just going to run away right off the side, and that's a burned ultimate from Fiddle, getting nothing out of that. Echizen now turning back in onto Luke. The Ignite is down, but the ultimate from Echizen is enough to lock him up for Harry Abs to come in and really show him who's boss. RichERich pushing in the top lane, able to take out a turret, their first of the game. He has 65 farm, the most of anyone, and he's getting off to a really nice start as Riven here. Tigto looks to move in, but he doesn't have the health to do so. He's only level 6 to RichERich's level 8. And although he has a jungler close by, he did stop to take the red buff. Now he might look to move up. There's no ultimate on Fiddle. He has to be careful. RichERich has so much burst damage here. There's the fear coming out from G-Man Lynx, but RichERich silenced up is actually just going to dart around there. Tigto comes in with the ultimate, but look how much damage he's taking. Harry Abs comes in from the back, and you never expect Harry Abs. Oh, let's see. He comes in with the ultimate. He's going to be able to catch up to him. There's a slow onto Tigto, and RichERich actually, no, it's Harry Abs who grabs the kill in the bottom lane, though. And Medeo on fire takes out yet another kill onto Onamenga. Draktarz finally, with that Unstoppable Force, just proves to be such a strong participant in the bot lane. Now Echizen and Luke dueling it up. We'll see if Echizen can quite fight this out. Luke doing a good amount of damage, actually falling low. The range from Echizen is really helping him out here, being able to retreat. There's a knockup and the ultimate. Now Luke has to be careful. He might turn it around though. The Sonic Wave looked like it disappeared. Luke is so low, but Echizen doesn't quite have his finisher ready. Meanwhile, Harry Abs pushing on up in the top lane. RichERich looking down to collapse onto Luke. And Echizen, oh, the Dragon's Rage actually forcing Echizen back out. But Luke puts himself in a bad spot. The Ignite is down, and Luke will fall here, actually. Oh, no, Amadeo didn't quite pick it up. It was Echizen. That would have been the kill steal of the century. And now with the 4 members here of Twitch in the mid lane. No, all 5 have made it here. This will be the outer turret going down, their 3rd of the game. And they have quite a huge advantage here, more than a 50%. G-Man Lynx wants to look for his Crow Storm, but I don't think he's going to find it. He can't go in that aggressively since Twitch is so ahead here. G-Man Lynx caught out here. It does flash away from Harry Abs, but Omega won't be quite so lucky there. And Medeo on a killing spree takes out his 3rd kill of the game with the Piercing Light. Drektar is just chilling here in the middle lane because what else is there to do? He's going to put on a little bit of a show. As Diamond 1 Dan looks to defend it up. Oh, Harry Abs not going to go in there. We like to see aggressive Harry Abs, but today, you know, they're going to play it safe. RichERich back up in the top lane, going to continue boosting up that farm. He has his Brutalizer and his Ionian Boots of Lucidity. If we take a look at his total CDR, he's at 35% without like a blue buff or an Elixir of Fortitude. Just simply with those 2 items and his Runes and Masteries, he is up that far. Kha'Zix taking out a Solo Dragon, losing a lot of health off of it, but grabbing some more gold for his team, brings them up to 9,000 in the lead. They are getting close to double what Hitbox has. Now Hitbox just looks to potentially wait around in the jungle for their last stand. These jungle camps can work really well if you're behind, since the enemy team might be looking to just kind of aggressively roam around without necessarily warding everything because they feel confident in their own abilities. But if you have 5 members in a bush, then most likely not even 2 here can fight out against it. However, if there's a ward in there, it could be an inhibitor down if they're able to, you know, wombo combo you out of that and then move onto your base. At this point, RichERich is certainly going to be looking to line up a team fight. He has his Blade of the Exile to give him massive damage. The Unstoppable Force comes in from Drektar's just to get some damage onto this turret a little bit quicker, and I'm not sure this Malphite is taking the game incredibly seriously at this point. Oh, RichERich flashes in for the stun, but is pushed back by the John of Monsoon. Well timed there, does force Riven off for now. Windslash comes across, connects on, and I don't think anyone's taking this game quite too seriously at this point, as the advantage is huge. Oh, Echizen could have gone in with the ultimate, but he was knocked up at the exact same time. Janna and Yasuo with some similar kits in the knockups, but not much else. Fiddlesticks is doing his best to push out this top lane, but with his inhibitor falling and his base under siege, that might not be his best call. The rest of Twitch are pushing in here on the Nexus turrets. On Onegamenga is, I think he's accepted his team's fate. Drektar's is snared up there. He has lost about half of his health, but they do move on and take out that final turret. Lee Sin moving in here. Tigto has all but given up on the game, and this will be, holy crap, in almost 14 minutes. Twitch taking out the game. Let's see. Oh, Echizen actually was shut down. No, Omega will flash in for the kill. And so it looks like Twitch got a little bit too complacent with their victory. And Medeo and RichERich will have to back off the side here and retreat, look to buy with their substantial gold advantage. But hey, there's always chance for a comeback in League of Legends, is there not? G-Man Lynx doing his best to push up in the top lane. He can almost clear out the waves fast enough to push them into turret. Almost. However, Harry Abs showing him how a real man does it as he does work down onto this turret. Tigto looks to come in onto Harry Abs. He has his ultimate. He just stops there to pause for the cameras. Harry Abs turns around on them with Taste Their Fear. Not getting isolation damage, but it doesn't quite matter. RichERich takes another little pause for effect, but they do finish out the kill. Everyone's having some good fun. Harry Abs does level up his claws, getting his second evolution. And Twitch looking to push into the base of Hitbox. It looks like Hitbox may not be long for this world. The 14-minute game didn't happen though, but they're still looking to close it out before the surrender option is even available. Own Menga doing his best to defend here with the Flame Chompers, but he has to be careful there of Harry Abs jumping in. RichERich following up the Wind Slash, able to take out the kill before Harry Abs can even get in there and connect with his Shadow Assault? Void Assault, that's it. Directars moves in there, actually dies to the Dragon's Rage. Tigto flashes after Harry Abs and pauses there for just a bit. Throws out the Ignite on the Harry Abs because you might as well burn the bug when he's that close to you. Die in flames, you void creature. Admadeo looking to finish out the game. Tigto going to spam a little bit of those movements. And it looks like Hitbox has not too much interest in this game. Tigto, that's actually a really cool animation. I'm not too used to seeing that one. So, quite impressed. Oh, Diamond 1 Dan, you're falling low here, man. You have to be careful to survive. He doesn't have his Monsoon for disengage. Has to be careful. Oh, surprise party from G-Man Links. RichERich might go down here. No, the Valor is just enough to keep him alive. Super Minions are in here working down. Tigto not looking to auto-attack. Diamond 1 Dan pops the Talisman of Ascension. What are we going to see out of this one? Luke flashes in onto Echizen, and Medeo doing his best to defend up on the side. Colin comes across onto G-Man Links. There's a flash from Echizen, grabs one kill. Can he get more though? Can I see a double kill? I cannot, as we are looking to close out this game soon. Let's see if we can get it in 16:30. No one's looking to attack that Nexus except for Medeo, who decides enough is enough. I'm all ready to get Challenger. Echizen moves him onto Diamond 1 Dan, but doesn't do enough damage. The Nexus does fall, though, and in 16 minutes and 30 seconds, it looks like Twitch is victorious over Hitbox TV. So thank you all for coming out. It was an excellent game. Congratulations to RichERich and crew, and good luck to you on Cognitive Gaming in your match up against Determined Gaming.